Hello and welcome to Three Geeks Podcast. I'm Max here with Dan and Mike. Liz is here. You just heard the ghost voice of Liz. We're waiting on Jason, but we've got some fun stuff to talk about today. But we'll just go through kind of the weekend stuff. Dan, did you do anything super nerdy this weekend?
Actually, as a matter of fact, yes. I took a bunch of books that I was done reading, up to half-price books, and I found a copy of Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection. Then I played Metal Gear 3 Snake Eater until like 4 in the morning. Good stuff.
All right. So you bought one game and then played a game that you already have until 3 in the morning?
No. The Legacy Collection has like everything from the MSX up to 4.
Okay, cool. All right, I got you. All right, that's all right. That's cool. Mike, what did you get into this weekend?
Nothing much really. Sleeping. Did a lot of artwork over the weekend and stuff like that, and just kind of chill. Really, I can't really. It kind of went by really quick, so not really. That's about it.
Damn you, weekend! You never stay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, since last podcast, I watched Luke Cage. I got all that in, and but I also haven't really done much. It's just I've been down off this magic binge that I've been doing for the past few weeks. so like I'm getting back to some semblance of normalcy. Yeah, I'm thinking about going to the movies next weekend to finally like get the last of this magic bizzo off of me. But Dan, have you played any with the new Kaladesh set?
I have not yet. I have always had plans to go to Friday Night Magic, and then I fall asleep or just plain forget, and then I never make it.
Fair enough. I've banished myself from Friday Night Magic because I stay until 4:00 in the morning, and then I open on Saturday, and it's terrible news.
Come on,
but,
Dan needs to not be such
young.
a loser. He just needs to get his ass in there.
Yeah.
Liz, did you do anything super nerdy this weekend?
I did go to the movies yesterday.
What'd you see?
I saw 9 Lives. I know that's all on you guys' bucket list.
9 Lives. Is that with Kevin Spacey?
Yes, he's a talking cat in that.
Not gonna lie, I cried like multiple times throughout this stupid movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
Like not like bawling, but like tearing up, like oh my god. But it was.
if anyone's gonna sell you on a talking cat movie, it's Kevin Spacey. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good, and like the movie itself was a typical family kid movie, so it was good. I don't think I'd buy it, but for a dollar theater experience, it was excellent.
Does the cat die in horrible ways, like 8 times?
Well, the cat starts off with only having 7 lives
Oh,
because it's really Kevin Spacey. Like it's like almost like a Freaky Friday, except for he's being switched with a cat's body.
huh.
So, but
Wait.
it spoiler alert, he in the cat's body jumps off of the top of a building trying to save his son, and that's how the 8th life was perished.
Oh, geez.
So, what happened to the previous consciousness that inhabited the cat before he moved it out?
So apparently, like
It's burning in the pits of hell forever.
That's
No,
what I've always wondered about these talking animal or people get put into an animal's body movies. Is like, yeah,
So
what happened to the previous personality?
what's his name? Christopher Walken? Is that it? I'm
What?
horrible. with
Oh,
names.
he's in this?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's one reason why because I took my boys, like my stepson and my son out for a brother dude. But that's what they said they wanted to see. So I was like, I gotta see the trailer first because I do have limitations on what I will watch kid wise. And I was like, all right, we can see this. So anyway, so he's got like this creepy cat shop and with all these like deranged looking cats, and apparently bad people get put into these cats, and if they don't change their ways, then they stay in these cats. So I guess this one cat has already been a body or whatever for previous people who've changed their ways and have exited the cat. So, but Kevin Spacey's in a coma while he's in the cat body.
What's strange is I have just doomed myself to watch this movie.
I have to
Yep.
now
I was
too.
like, because I was like, hey, I would watch that with Kevin Spacey if it had Christopher Walken, and now it
Yeah.
does.
And sold. Yep.
Is he like a
Damn.
voodoo man or something like that?
Well, it's just he's considered what they call a cat whisperer. So he can understand the cats, but nobody
Alright.
else in the world can.
And it's never explained outside of that, right? Like they never explain outside why he can do it.
Right, exactly. There's no
Okay.
That's
like,
awesome.
he's
No,
got
there's
like
no
this
need for
cat
that.
shop in the middle of Creep Town with all these creepy cats in it. And the reason Kevin Spacey came across this cat is because his daughter wanted a cat for her birthday. So that's how
Oh.
the cat came into play. And then he had an accident, which equaled into a coma.
This sounds
But yeah,
amazing.
I'm definitely watching this movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my movie experience this weekend.
Awesome. So we're still waiting on Jason, who is constantly just shirking his duties as a Three Geeks podcaster.
He's
I mean,
he's doing his daddy duties.
I mean, he's throwing up. He's being a dad, and
he
you
needs
know
to get-
the podcast suffers.
he needs to fucking get his priorities straight. Is what needs to go down. And all right, so we've got some topics. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The Power Rangers trailer came out. It's very, very shiny. Dan, how did you feel about the Power Rangers trailer?
Yeah, it looks like a teen coming of age film, and I got bored halfway through the trailer. Sorry.
Your opinion sucks, sir.
Yeah, I was the wrong age when the Power Rangers came out to begin with. I just can't
Yeah.
get into it.
What are you, like 50? Jesus.
Yes, I'm freaking old, people.
Mike?
Well, I mean, I was never a Power Rangers person really growing up. I'm your guys' age, but this was totally your guys' jam. Apparently, I'm interested in. I know enough about Power Rangers to be like, okay, they Man of Steeled it, so I want to see how dark and depressing this is going to be now. But honestly, it looks entertaining a little bit. I'm getting like Chronicle vibes off of it. And it kind of looks like everything's been put through an Instagram filter because everything's all turquoise tinted and stuff. But hey, Roy from The Office is in it, so as a Red Ranger's dad, I guess. So that's cool. And it didn't offer a lot of Ranger stuff, but I'm sure once we see what I always want to know is if this movie's going to explain stuff that just was in the show, like what I was asking about with 9 Lives. Like, is there a reason why the robots are dinosaurs?
Because dinosaurs are awesome, and dinosaur robots are even cooler.
Like, they got to at least do better than the last Transformers movie in explaining why the robots have prehistoric imagery.
That's a good point. You know, I never even thought about that.
Because if they're gonna make like a serious version of this universe, they got to explain why why there's a giant. It wasn't just dinosaurs though, right? It was like they had a saber-toothed tiger and stuff.
Yeah. It was all just like prehistoric stuff. So it's like, yeah.
Maybe they
Explain
just thought it
that.
was fucking awesome, and that's the
You know,
only explanation they need.
they are pretty cool. You know, like everyone they picked is pretty cool. They did choose the best out of the dinosaurs, but there is no real. I guess I mean, Mike, you make a very valid point. There's just no real reason for them. Like there's badass animals up today they could have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a rhinoceros is pretty badass. A freaking elephant's cool. You know, like.
Well, I mean, Max, you knew the show a little bit better than most of us. It's like, did they give a reason why in the show?
No, they just these are the things, and like these are your spirit animals, and fucking there you go.
All I'm really hoping is that they explain it, because I just want to hear Bryan Cranston deliver the stupidest reason why. Because I'll buy it if Bryan Cranston says it. He's like, I chose these forms because dinosaurs are awesome. Wild.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
one thing I did have a question, and maybe Max, you can answer this for me: is are they supposed to have superpowers when they're not in the suits?
no,
No.
Because that was throwing me.
Yeah, in the TV show they never had, or at least in the original show. I don't know if they do that in any of the new incarnations of Power Rangers, but they never had all their, or like they got their fighting skills, but they
Right.
didn't get the power. Like so, like the kung fu translated, but none of this like the super strength or whatever
Yeah, because
translated.
in the trailer when they're like, "We're gonna jump this ravine," and I'm like, "You shouldn't be able to do that, right? Unless you're in the suit."
I mean, like,
Well, that was
that's-
one thing that threw me off in the trailers. Like when it's almost like a Spider-Man type thing,
Yeah.
where they're like, "Oh my god, now I can break a sink or whatever." It's like,
Flash Thompson was trying to beat up the black kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can definitely see the pulls that they made
Mhm.
for this movie, but I kind of liked that they had something was definitely changed about them.
Yeah.
Like if you
I
come
agree
into-
with that.
if you come into contact with this alien fucking technology or this crazy weird but super future tech, then it'll probably fucking change you in some way or shape. Like there's got to be some consequence of that. So yeah, I like it. They might have carried it a bit far.
Right.
I wish they do more of a Captain America where like you see where he's superhuman, but like he's still kind of limited. He's not like
They all start off with as bad CGI'd heads on 95-pound bodies, and then when they pick up the coins, they're all like ripped as shit.
no, but like they did it to the extreme in Captain America because Chris Evans had to look smaller, But
Yeah.
I would say if you start filming with them like normal,
Yeah.
and then halfway through you put them through that 300 freaking let me get you super cut for the movie workout,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when you film the Ranger stuff, and so like they're still themselves, but obviously the being a Power Ranger had an effect on their physiology.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that amidst all like the Iron Man-ish like armor that they're gonna have and all the out of control CGI, I'm sure that's gonna take place once you see the big robots and monsters. That I hope they still have what do you call the henchmen in there, like the people they fight hand to
Putty
hand.
Patrol?
Putties, yeah, and that they're still in spandex or whatever with the weird looking masks amidst all that.
I'm excited to see Elizabeth Banks to see how she does Rita. I'm wondering what the exact plot is going to be.
Yeah, because apparently she could just take these kids out at any time she wanted from the looks of the trailer.
We'll see how. She's like, we'll see how things play out. I can end this at any time.
Creeping into that one girl's bedroom and just being like, I've killed you guys before, I'm like,
oh yeah,
that is kind of freaky. The bad guy can get to you at any time.
No one was worried until she started telling Bill Cosby jokes, and they're just like, oh no, I know where this is going.
Holy crap, man.
Yeesh.
Jason?
I'm interested.
Are you there?
Is Jason there?
Jason's sort of here. I see his image. He's half here.
He's in limbo.
His astral form is here.
Well, it's 'cause he's now possessing the form of a cat, but he'll be back shortly.
Oh my god! If some cat shows up at my house, I'm gonna freak out.
with wearing Jason's glasses.
You know what, guys?
What?
Oh, welcome to the conversation.
Hold on, let me
Yay.
get to my car before I start my rant.
Uh-oh.
Keep talking, Max.
All right, well, fucking yeah. I knew talking about Power Rangers would finally get you to show up because this is a topic you what?
I said there's nothing worse than going to a meeting with a bunch of people that literally don't have shit to do in their lives. So all they will literally do is sit and talk in circles for hours and hours and hours. This meeting is supposed to be over at 8 o'clock tops. Literally spent the last 20 minutes repeating the same 12 sentences over and over and over again.
I hope they're not listening, sir.
Yeah, I was about to say, geez, dude.
They're
I
not
hope
watching
they
the
are
podcast.
listening.
I hope you guys aren't listening to when I'm going to join up with this round table and we're going to repeat the same thing over and over here.
Yeah. Power Rangers are great.
I hope the whole fucking what's your troop number?
332.
I don't think you can say that.
Can I not say that?
I hope fucking all of Troop 332 is listening
Oh,
because
jeez.
we're about to fucking air all of Jason's shit right now.
Where are we at? What
Wait.
topic are we at?
We're talking about the
Power
Power
Rangers.
Rangers. Keep up.
Oh, geez, sorry.
Jason, what's your view on the trailer? We've already discussed ours.
We need more Jason. Liz is mean.
The trailer was a lot. I thought it was a lot better than it deserves to be quite honest. You expect Power Rangers to be in spandex, and I mean, as much as I like the show is not good. It was very cheesy, and I really thought this trailer surprised me. If it had been any other franchise and I had watched this trailer, I can't say for sure if I would have thought it's as good as I thought it was, but I really enjoyed the trailer, and it definitely it was better than it should have been and a lot better than I expected it to be. I think that they casted it really well, and I kind of like how they built up the trailer. They didn't really give away a whole lot. You know, they're still saving Cranston. They didn't really show any of the Zords. They didn't really show them in full costume, but they did sell me on this first trailer. I cannot wait to see a second one. That's all I got.
All right, well, you're the fucking host, so what's the next topic?
Ah, Jesus, I don't even know what topics you've already discussed.
Just that one.
We
Then
we
talked about
discussed my
Lives.
9 Lives movie, and we discussed what we did this weekend.
I want
We
the dark,
discussed Power
gritty version of
Rangers.
9 Lives now.
Yeah, they're pretty excited to watch this movie now.
Well, we got the teaser for. I'm not even in front of any of my shit right now.
Is it on
Iron-
the table or something
Iron
here?
Fist. We got our Iron Fist trailer. Dan, talk to us about it.
Come on, needs a better introduction than that. We got the teaser for Netflix's new Iron Fist series. And from what they aired, I think it looks pretty damn awesome. I like the fact that they worked in the Living Weapon, the 2000s comics. It looks pretty cool. I like the guy they picked as Danny Rand. You don't see a whole lot. You just get some dude's voiceover saying, people will always be after you. Remember, you're a living weapon. And then his hand starts glowing and he starts punching through walls. It's pretty damn cool. Mike, what do you think?
I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm glad very much like with Daredevil, they're not blowing the secret right away and showing him in the costume. Who knows if he'll even have the full-on costume or if it'll be something a little bit more, I guess, rooted in reality than just a dude with a weird scarf over his head. But I mean, Daredevil did it for the beginning of his series, so why can't Danny? I thought it was lots of fun. It looks like it's going to be another solid hit for Netflix and Marvel. And just give me some heroes for hire. I mean, we're going to get Defenders, which now I'm really excited about, and we'll get to that. But, yeah, fun. Max.
Yeah, I saw this Iron Fist trailer, and I flipped out. It was super cool. I like the glowing fists. There's seems to be another cool hallway scene, so we're getting some of that. The kung fu looks to be on point. Loras Tyrell, spoilers, Loras Tyrell is dead. So we know that he's freed up from Game of Thrones, so he can focus fully on Iron Fist.
You can kind of tell, you could kind of tell with the last couple of episodes of last season of Thrones, you're like, I'm not seeing a lot of him. He must be on the other set now.
Yeah, he got blowed up with a bunch of people. But it looks really good. I mean, we'll get into Luke Cage here in a little bit, but I'm excited about Iron Fist. I can't wait to see it. And then Defenders, obviously, definitely excited for because Daredevil and Iron Fist together. I just want to see Daredevil and Iron Fist kung fu a room full of 95 dudes.
I'm pretty sure we will at this point. So yeah.
I just want them to like everyone else has got some other mission, and it's just Daredevil and Iron Fist in this room. 85 ninjas, and then they run through everyone else's shit in real time, and it takes like 15 minutes, and then you're just like peeking back, and like, okay, now 25 dudes are on the floor. Okay, now fucking 32 dudes are on the floor, and then like you keep on checking back with these dudes.
I got the perfect
And,
setup too.
20...
It's like Christmas time, and they're beating the shit out of everybody, but like Power Man has to like give out presents, so he's just like, "Sweet Christmas, child," and it goes back, and they're like beating the shit out of more guys, and you see like Jessica Jones just like
Drinking,
his drunk,
I mean,
yeah. And it cuts back.
Like if Luke Cage didn't say "Sweet Christmas" like after he comes every time, so it's like after he gets done banging a chick, he says "Sweet Christmas," and then like that just kind of throws it off if you're gonna say "Sweet Christmas" like in front of a room full of children. Like that's kind of a weird thing. Like that's all I'm saying. Like it means something else. You shouldn't say that.
Yeah. He says it in a room full of weed too. So
I mean,
And maybe he comes when he sees weed. So, Max, are you implying that if Luke Cage is in a room full of children and yells "Sweet Christmas," that he might be doing something else?
That's what I'm saying. That's not a good situation.
Ah,
Jesus! Wow, we've really
you're ruining something awesome. Stop
Yeah,
it.
you're ruining it, Max. It's an expression of surprise and joy. Let's leave it at that, not tie it into orgasm.
Yeah, I mean,
Excelsior!
Oh man.
I mean, you can say "holy crap" for like several things without having to orgasm while doing it. So
But I never ever said "holy crap" after I orgasm.
No, I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't think that would get you a second if you said "Holy crap" at the end of sex with a lady. I think that's pretty much a guarantee that you're not getting it again. Holy crap!
What about if you?
well, not like surprise,
Who
but like
wants to hear that?
I don't know.
Did you just say I was
like,
crap? No.
Even
Sweet Christmas.
Okay, I'm just
Sorry.
gonna say, being a woman on this podcast right now, depending on the situation and how it is said, will determine whether that would be offensive or not.
I think we can all agree it's better than what some politicians have said in the last 48 hours, or
Yeah.
revealed to have said in the last 48 hours. I think we can agree. Saying "holy crap" is very, very light.
Yeah, I agree with that.
like, do you feel like there's gonna be some anthropologists who look back on our society and they're like, and the mating ritual of the early 21st century human male, directly on the mouth, and then
No, because hopefully they're the aliens from What Planet Are You From, starring Gary Shandling.
Oh yes.
Hopefully they're those aliens.
Oh man,
God bless you, Gary Shandling.
that's a good flick. But Iron Fist trailer, that's what we were talking about. I cannot wait to see guys come together, and not in that way, Max. And see what Netflix really has in
Sweet
store
Christmas.
for us, because we're getting to Luke Cage too. But for me, they're 3 for 3, and I cannot wait to see how the fourth one turns out. But I'm going to jump off my phone. I'll be on the computer in a second.
okay.
Holy crap.
Sweet Christmas.
No, calm down over there.
Let me see if I can get these topics here.
Well, let's go. Let's keep going with the Netflix stuff. They made some big announcements regarding Defenders,
All right,
as in who the villain is or who's going to play the villain. We don't know who the villain is, but we know who's playing it.
Yes, absolutely. Mike, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was like,
Did we miss this?
I was waiting for a second. I'm like, does he know? I don't know. Does he? Okay, I'll give you a hint. You probably best know her as Ripley. Sigourney Weaver is joining Defenders as the villain, who we don't know who the villain is, but it's going to be Sigourney. So that's why I'm extremely excited now for this, because I love Sigourney Weaver. So,
I've heard that the villain is going to be Mephisto, and I think it would be awesome if Sigourney Weaver was Mephisto.
that would be kind of cool, actually. I think she could do it too. And if they could somehow find a way to make it tie into Cabin in the Woods, which would make even more sense. She was Mephisto the whole time there. That was a parallel Earth or whatever, and she made that up.
I want to see it be Gozer. So, I mean, we'll just tie together, all
realities,
cinematic universes.
And that's how we saved the Ghostbusters franchise.
She could definitely be Zool. I'd like to see her at some point in time wearing the Zool outfit.
I would like her to play her role as the gold digging mom from, what was that movie she did with Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Oh,
I don't know.
Just turn that character into a supervillain, I guess. But no, it's fun,
like
exciting.
A Cruella de Vil, The Devil Wears Prada sort of.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, her and what's the other? Her and oh my God, what's her? Trinity. Her and Trinity can show up together and trade lines with each other and be just cold-hearted bitches straight up.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, they assembled all of them on stage. Anybody see pictures from that?
No, but I heard Rosario Dawson got like the biggest round of applause because she's been on all the shows.
Yeah.
So,
her role's getting progressive.
Like we have Iron Fist, and then we have Rosario Dawson, who's shown up all the time.
Nurse Lady.
Nurse Lady.
But anybody else have any thoughts on that? Sigourney Weaver? Sweet Christmas. No, they won't have that scene.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver could still get it.
Yeah, I'd say Sweet Christmas to that. I'd say holy crap to that too.
Holy crap, Sweet Christmas.
Holy crap, Sweet Christmas Sigourney.
Holy crap, I can't believe this just happened.
To make it weirder, if it was Sigourney Weaver, my orgasm noise would be Ripley. It'd be just me screaming Ripley. There you go.
I don't think that makes it weird. I think a lot of people understand.
Well, seeing as how the person most famous for screaming Ripley was like an 8-year-old girl, it's kind of weird.
Well, fair enough. That's fair.
I almost think it'd be weird if you didn't scream Ripley at the end.
Oh no, I'd pull a Bill Paxton line. I'd be like, "Game over, man! Game over!"
Oh, man.
So all the people out there commenting on our YouTube page and sending us reviews, you said this is the best part of our podcast, so you're getting more of it. So enjoy. But
what you get
I have no idea how we got here, but what the hell?
I wasn't on the podcast for the past couple of weeks, so I got to make up for it now.
That's right. I think I'm the only one here that watches the show, but Ash vs. Evil Dead was just renewed for season 3. And if you have not jumped on this
TV
series, if you're
already,
what's that? They're on season 2 is airing right now. They're on episode 2.
But they've already renewed for 3.
But if you're a fan of Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, now they do this a lot where they go and they revisit a franchise from 20 years ago or 10 years ago, but nothing is as good as this. I'm telling you, this is one of the best sequels to a movie I have ever seen in my life. Every episode feels like you're in the Evil Dead universe. It doesn't feel like they're trying to pull off the Evil Dead universe. It doesn't feel like Bruce Campbell is desperate to be back in this role. No, it feels like in it. Like everything that's happening is exactly what you would want to happen in an Evil Dead franchise. This show is amazing. Bruce Campbell's comedic timing in this is better than it's ever been. The horror and all that is just as good as you would expect from the original the Evil Dead franchise. It is the perfect sequel to that franchise. I highly recommend it to anybody out there that has not watched this show. You need to watch this show. Season 2, just when you think, how can they prolong this for so long? They hit you with season 2, episode 1, and it is just as good as anything in season 1.
if you're an Ash fan, if you're a Bruce Campbell fan, if you're a fan of this universe, you need to jump on this show because I'm telling you, it is the best 5.5 hours you will ever watch. It is great. Like, it is that good. I'm not overselling it. It was the highest rated show of last year with the critics, and it was that way for a reason. So if you have not watched Ash vs. Evil Dead, watch it. It's very good. Dan, have you caught up with this show at all?
Watched half of the first episode and then completely forgot about it. But after your wonderful testimonial,
Yeah.
I will go back and watch it.
Oh, dude, they cast Lee Majors as his dad. It is great. Watch the show.
The Taylors are good at selling us on these shows and movies today. I don't know what's going on over there. They're pitching a lot of good game.
I mean, I'm
Maybe we can
obviously
mix
a
them
big
all up.
Bruce Campbell fan. I have a family photo with Bruce Campbell in it above my fireplace, but this show is really that good.
Have a
Watch
picture
it.
of Jean-Claude Van Damme above your fireplace too. I don't know
No,
if
Van
that's
Damme
how
is
it
right behind me getting ready for our big first episode of Van Damme Nation coming to the Three Geeks podcast channel this week. It's going to be our first audio only podcast, and it will have some production value. We'll see how that turns out. But
That's not our first
Yay.
audio only podcast.
well, our first, because the other ones were barely podcasts. Let's be honest, Max.
Though those were podcast fucking gold. That was the hard.
But the
essence
first
of
episode
Three
is
Geeks.
going to be me, Mike, and Max, and then the second episode is me and Dan, and hopefully one other person will jump on with us. We'll be covering Cyborg after we do No Surrender. So I have never seen Cyborg as a Van Damme fan. I am looking forward to watching it for the first time. But anyway, I digress. Anybody else catch Ash vs. Evil Dead yet? Mike,
No.
I know you're an Evil Dead fan.
Yeah, I'm an Evil Dead fan. I saw the first episode, but then I don't have stars, so I didn't get a chance to catch up with the first. I'm sure I'll catch up with the first season at some point here. But no, I agree. I like the first episode quite a bit, and I love the movies. And Bruce Campbell, yeah, he's always a fun, charismatic personality to have in any project you're doing. So, yeah, go watch it. Even though I'm not, go watch it.
Yeah.
I have the first season on Blu-ray, Dan. You can borrow it, and then you can ship it to Mike and let him borrow
There we
it.
go.
And then
Oh,
he
sure.
can ship it back to me. That sounds perfect. But I don't have the topics in front of me. So Max, you want to say something about this?
No, just to kind of segue on the horror show topic. Is Walking Dead back yet? When does that come back?
October 23rd. But they did release a video out of New York Comic Con. And if anybody cares, I'm going to spoil something real quick. Rick does not die. We found that out in the clip that came out this weekend, and it shows the beaten head of one of them, but there's no way to tell who it is because they literally just show you a head that's completely gone. But Rick's alive.
Oh. Okay, so they kind of ruined it because I was saying, like, what if instead of like killing someone, by smashing them in the head, like, what if he just hits everyone real bad, like one time in the head, and like just gives them brain damage, and then the rest of the Walking Dead show is them just walking around with the zombies all fucked up and like brain damage, but the zombies won't eat them because they think that they're zombies too.
Or because they can sense that their brains are damaged and not nutritious.
Yes, yeah. So it's just like you're just following Rick around and he's just like drooling on himself and fucking walking around, and then then the fucking zombies walk around too, and that's the whole show.
Jeez, that'd be funny.
I like this, but I'm not going to add stuff because, yeah.
Oh, something that will be happening on the Three Geeks podcast Facebook page. My wife is a big Daryl fan, so during the first episode of the new season, I am going to Facebook Live her reaction to the premiere, because if it is Daryl that's died, trust me, her reaction will be worth tuning into our Facebook channel. Definitely tune it in.
Speaking of shows and stuff, anyone catch Westworld?
Yes.
It's fun, huh?
Dude, Ed Harris in this show. I mean, he blows my mind. He's doing so awesome. He's way more badass than I gave him credit for before this thing started. I'm digging Westworld. Fucking Anthony Hopkins, fucking killing it. There's other people. You don't hate James Marsden in here either. Like, How often does that happen?
That in itself is an achievement. So
I don't. It's not that I don't. It's not that I hate James Marsden. He's never given any time to shine in anything he's ever been in because he's always being outdone by other people like Hugh Jackman or like Brandon Routh.
Who plays the Yul Brynner character then?
Who plays what? The Yul Brynner character?
Yeah.
Is there really a Yul Brynner parallel for in this show, Max? Then? I don't know. Because Ed Harris, he's playing a guy. He's playing a guy who comes to Westworld and he's doing malicious stuff in Westworld.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if there's an actual Yul Brynner parallel just yet. They've only just scratched the surface of what's going on in the show.
Because I love the original, but no, I haven't checked out the show yet.
And our main character is what's her name, Evan Rachel Wood from The Wrestler, and they've only just begun like showing things are messed up there because she killed a fly, and robots or whatever hosts shouldn't be able to do that. So
yeah, they can't kill any living thing. It's really good. I recommend it. Yeah, I've definitely watched the first 2 episodes of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get HBO to watch that. I have not watched it yet, but I really want to. Let's talk Luke Cage. Well, I'm gonna go to you in a minute, Max. But I thought Luke Cage was really, really good. One of the things that I noticed about Luke Cage that kind of differs from other shows that may be like this is the way they handled the N-word in this show. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I liked how they showed, how some people in the African American community have embraced the word. But there is a lot, and something that I think is lost a lot amongst a lot of people is they think that everybody's okay with it. And I think this show did a really good job of conveying that, no, that's not really the case with a lot of it. And a lot of people are not okay with the use of this word. And that was one of the things that really stood out to me with this show was how they showed both sides of that. And I really like the character of Luke Cage. I like the development. Mike, your thoughts on the show?
Yeah, I really, what you were kind of saying too about, the context of that word, especially, well, that's the thing is like, have you been to Harlem? People throw that word around quite a bit. So, but yeah, the way like how Luke Cage gave it reasoning behind like, don't use that word, especially when you're talking about me, and things like that. It's like gave it more of an impact and more of a purpose than just being like, oh, we're on Netflix so we can be a little edgier now and you just use colorful language whenever. Like they actually gave it a purpose there. And also, I like this series quite a bit. Daredevil was I mentioned this before in a post, Daredevil was a fun intro. Jessica Jones was a fun ride and seeing just a character build themselves up from being absolutely destroyed. And Luke Cage has the biggest heart out of all these shows so far that I've seen because it's all about, more so than Daredevil, investing in the neighborhood, and he gets invested more in the neighborhood and in the people there and so forth. He's a neighborhood hero, as it were. And man, end of episode 2, I really was like, had tears in my eyes. I'm just like, no, Pop, no. So, like, that character won me over in 2 episodes. So, yeah, I liked it. I'm getting to see some patterns with these shows. All these villains have really fucked up parenting when we see them flash back to stuff. It's like, man. But the addition of who was it? Diamondback in there. And wasn't that what's his name from the Warriors? Dan?
It might have been.
Which one?
Diamondback, the actor.
Like who from the Warriors?
What's it, Cyrus? Yes.
Oh,
was it Cyrus from the Warriors?
Right now.
Yeah, fact check because I'm like,
know.
I think.
Yeah, check that.
I feel like I should be on top of that, but I'm just like, yeah, I think that's Cyrus from the Warriors. But if
I would
so,
look
that's
it up,
cool.
but I'm lazy, so.
But there was a lot of cool callbacks to a lot of other stuff. There's a little bit of the Warriors mixed in there. There's a little bit of Slaughter in there, definitely. A lot of anti-hero threads moving throughout it. But like I said, this show has got a lot of heart. And like I said, I can't wait to see what the dynamic's going to be like when he meets the other neighborhood heroes. And especially when he meets up with Danny Rand. Because that's the dynamic duo, kind of the Marvel Universe.
No, that is not the guy from the Warriors. The most famous thing that he was in was he was on Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, I thought for a second there I thought he was. Never mind. But
He was an actor. He was on the Richard Pryor Show in 1977, and then didn't do anything until Twister in 1996.
That was good, right? Twister got a lot of press.
Damn. Okay. And like I said, Rosario Dawson just being the thread that ties everything together.
Mm-hmm. I like the character of Misty Knight a lot in this show. I liked her chemistry with Luke Cage a lot too. But I do have a negative for this show, which I'll get into in a few minutes. But no, I really liked the villain Cottonmouth too. I thought that was handled really, really well. I liked his development. I liked how they kind of, especially towards spoilers, a lot of spoilers on this, towards the end of his character, they really started to put some humanity into that character. I mean, you saw it a little bit when Pops died, how he felt about, his guys going about it himself. And he truly lost a friend. And I felt like that as an audience member watching, that this guy really did care about something. Dan, your thoughts on this show?
Yeah. I mean, this is, I think, Netflix's writing team like spreading their wings, because they've already done, the blind ninja dude, and then they've gone to Doctor Who was evil psycho or evil psycho villain guy with mind powers. But this has, I mean, Mike's right, it's got more heart to it. They're pushing their story elements, trying to cover like more real world stuff than, how does the blind ninja dude figure out where the bad guys are and kill them all? The soundtrack for this is, I think, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like all of it is awesome. It gives a nice like Neo Superfly kind of vibe to it. Yeah, I mean, Luke Cage, the way that they worked in like his character and what he was supposed to be, like in the old comics into like current day, I think is really cool. I also liked how they worked out him having the old Power Man suit for like 10 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was an awesome series, and I cannot wait for Iron Fist, and I wish we had more Heroes for Hire before we go into Defenders. Max?
Yeah, Max.
Anyway, I did not like Luke Cage as much as I've liked every other Netflix show. I thought this was the weakest out of all of them. That being said, being the weakest out of some of the best TV that there is not necessarily a bad thing. But I thought that I don't think that the guy Michael, what's his name?
Coulter?
Yeah, I don't think he's a very good actor. Like, I don't feel the depth that they're trying to give Luke Cage, with a lot of the the heavier stuff, and with the like you're saying with the N-word, and like how black people look at themselves and how they want to present themselves to to everyone else, is a lot of this show. And I don't think that he really has the chops to kind of pull that off. I really liked the, what's her name, the sister,
Alfre Woodard.
Yes. She, I thought, did a great job. I liked Misty Knight too, and I thought like there's some definite solid characters coming out of here, but I didn't really like Diamondback either. I thought that Cottonmouth was more of he was a better villain, and they got a better actor to to pull out the emotion they needed for him. And so when they kind of replace him with the super comic booky Diamondback character, who's just like a guy with a gun running rampage around the city again, and it's like the bad guy was basically just a rich mob boss again, and it's just like there's a few things that I just thought that they could have tried to do something different on. And Mike, like you were saying, like, oh, it's really weird how all of these bad evil mob guys have really fucked up family situations. Like, it seems like they're like, all right, here's the mob guy, and here's what was fucked up about his family. Like, oh, now he had to shoot his own uncle, or whatever the fuck. Fucking, I didn't like that. I thought it was kind of formula. Like, you can see the formula that they put everything through, and I don't like that. That being said, the soundtrack was fucking awesome. When Method Man shows up, that was the fucking shit. I downloaded the song, that Bulletproof Love song. I have that on my phone. I downloaded it.
Nice.
Fucking,
Yeah.
it's fucking good. I totally dig it, and the soundtrack was badass. I really liked the 70s feel that they gave the show. That was the different thing, and they always do something different to keep these shows different, and I really liked that style that they put everything to, and the music, like Dan was saying, really helped with that. You had that Superfly feel all the time, or like even like the car chase. If you remember, like when they're driving the van and they're kind of chasing them through the streets, like you could tell that was a very, like, they shot that very 70s. Like, they're not going very fast and they're doing like a lot of turns. So they can get away with like not having a lot going on. But so like they did a lot of cool things, but I thought this is the weakest one at all the Netflix shows.
I wanna add something to what you were mentioning, Max, because it is something that I kind of had in the back of my mind a little bit when I was watching as well, was this idea of, with regards to the backstories of the villains here, it's part of Marvel's whole thing to like very much humanize these villains for us. So maybe we can get a bit of an understanding of where they're coming from. And it worked for, say, something like Wilson Fisk. It worked for when we saw like what his upbringing was like and why he's such a wreck, really. And we got a little bit of that with the Purple Man and Jessica Jones, except it wasn't really like full on flashbacks for him. It was more just because that was Jessica's story through and through. We just kind of got hints as to what he was done to him as a kid. I feel if they had done that a little bit more especially with Diamondback and Alfre Woodard, that would have made them maybe not quite so, what you were mentioning, like just so not needed, especially when you have Cottonmouth, was far more fascinating. And then when he's gone, I felt a little deflated. I'm like, oh man, he's not going to be around for the whole thing. Nuts.
Yeah, and then I thought he'd be a good guy for them to keep around. Like if you can throw him in jail and he meets Wilson Fisk, and like you see him again. But now that definitely can't happen, and we're stuck with Diamondback.
Yeah, I agree with the Diamondback thing as well. I was watching. I finished the show today. I watched the final 3 episodes today. And what I thought they did really well with Cottonmouth, especially towards the end of his run on the show, is they fleshed him out a lot more as a 3-dimensional character. And just same thing as Max. I thought Diamondback was very traditional. Like, it was just bad. And you would think that somebody who's the brother of Luke Cage, that's depth that you can explore. Like, there's a lot more that they could have done with that connection that I feel like kind of got wasted. I mean, you can't tell me that it was that easy for him to go after his brother. Like, I feel like there would be I think there could have been more emotional depth that just was kind of missed opportunity with that plot line and that character. So, I mean, that's my biggest gripe was that.
I'm curious, anyone who knows much about Luke Cage from the comics, is he in the comics his half brother, or is he just a childhood friend?
I can't remember, honestly. So
in the comic books, he is. It was like the 90s run on Luke Cage, I think, or maybe the early 2000s, where they introduced Diamondback as like his brother, and they have like a fucking kind of fucked up relationship.
Okay, that's what I was kind of wondering. I'm like, is that something they made especially for the show, or has that been the mythos standing?
Look, it's been done, and it feels kind of soap operatic to me. Like. It's kind of super cheesy, and next you're gonna find out that they both got amnesia or some shit. And so, I thought that was something they could have dropped off, and they would have been fine. Because again, like they tried to, when Cottonmouth they try to ramp up this like, oh well, we've got this history, and that's why we're such mortal enemies. But I'm just like, he should just be a gun dealer,
Yeah.
like why can't he just be a gun dealer, and then
Or-
Luke Cage just fucking shit up for him.
If he's got to be tied to Luke Cage, like just do what they did with Shades, where it's just like it was just one of the guys in prison who was giving him a hard time. Make
Or
him
one
the
of
one
the
who killed what's his buddy's name in prison.
Yeah, or there's just one of the dudes that he fucked up, because he fucked up a bunch of dudes.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can go either way. Either make him like not that consequential, bump it up, like have him come in and do like the full Darth Vader.
Yeah, well, because the way it was kind of going for a while, it felt like they were building up Cottonmouth for something big, and then all of a sudden, nope. I mean, it was surprising, but I was really kind of disappointed that we didn't get a full payoff with that rivalry.
And I'm just like, okay, when he's out there doing the Luke Cage smear campaign, and he he punches that dude, cop, caves in his chest, right? Then he's like, I'm Luke Cage. I'm Luke Cage. Who the fuck ever has just committed a blatant crime out in the middle of the fucking day and starts screaming their name out?
Well,
I feel compelled to tell you.
I give it credit in the show. In the show, they do say like, why would he just be out there screaming his name, his own name? Like at least they give it its due in the show. They're kind of like, yeah, this is suspect.
I even put it in there. Like he could just cave in this dude and then be like, well, I didn't really get a good look at his face, but he's a big black guy, and all he did was punch him. He flew 30 feet and his chest was caved in. Like, more condemning than screaming, I'm Luke Cage.
Well, Max, I think that the point behind that was to demonstrate how the cops can kind of lose their minds when one of their own is gone and not fully think straight. I think that was kind of the message that they were trying to get out there.
Okay, and then let's say the hostage situation, right? Now, what's this guy's game plan going in? Because and you're gonna have to kill all of them because they know that they weren't taken hostage by Luke Cage, and the whole situation was just ridiculous and dumb. I thought it was just bad writing. They better scenarios to have them come against each other.
I mean, to me, that part gets a pass because of the awesome like gun battle and fighting and crap.
Yeah, part of me kind of surrenders to the idea. I'm like, well, they're going to need an action beat here, so this is the way they get to it. Like, part of me does resign to like, okay, they need this for the sake of we haven't done some high octane action in a while. Here's how we get to that point.
That's what I'm saying. But we need to get there. But you can just be a little less lazy than that, because. We've already come so far. You're doing such a good job. There's definite shit in there. You can tell they've thought very long and hard about how they wanted to do it. And then there's this shit where it's just like, oh, okay, I guess they only had 5 minutes left, so here we are.
I got a question for you, Max, but I'm going to get to it in just a second. I wanted to point out is how much more of the Marvel references got more blatant in this series than the previous series. We actually got Tony Stark mentioned by name, which
people are selling Blu-rays of them.
Yeah, which it makes sense. They're running guns, so of course they're going to reference Tony Stark or Hammer from Iron Man 2. I noticed it, and I thought it was done well. I didn't feel like it was done in an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of way where they were like, Thor was just here, you missed them. But I like that a lot, how they handled that. I like the Stan Lee cameo, if anybody caught that. I agree with you. Method Man's quote-unquote freestyle on the radio station was awesome. And but Max, did you like Luke Cage's portrayal in Jessica Jones?
Did I like what now?
Did you like Luke Cage in the series Jessica Jones? Like, did you like him more as the side character than the main?
I didn't really like him in Jessica Jones because he was like a kind of like a whiny girlfriend. So no, but he wasn't in it a lot. So
he wasn't the focus.
Right. So, it was okay, whatever. But I don't think he holds his own show. So
that's fair.
I'll be glad, when he's in Defenders, when they really don't have time to give Luke Cage so yeah, that'll be. I think Defenders will be good just because he won't be the focus of it.
Yeah, I think the interact. I'm curious to see these guys all together on the big screen. I think it could be a lot of fun. But let's go down the line and give our ratings. Now, for me personally, I know I kind of bitched a lot about the Diamondback stuff, but for me, I really like this show. Is it better than Jessica Jones, which is it's my favorite of the quote unquote first run. Daredevil season 2 is probably the best out of all of them so far, but Luke Cage is my least favorite, but not by a long shot because I really like this show. So for me, like Max said, for me to say it's my least favorite out of a great run of television, it's not meant to be a slide. So I'd give Luke Cage an easy 8 out of 10. I think I gave Daredevil a 9, and I think I gave Jessica Jones a 9.5 and Daredevil season 2 a 9.5. But so yeah, definitely Luke Cage gets a 8 out of 10. I thought it was really well done, a lot of fun. Like I said, I just wish that if you want to make him his brother, then give me more of an emotional ending, not but
you need better actors. I'm sorry. If you want to do that, then you need better actors.
Yeah, writing could have helped that too, just a little bit. I mean, I'm nitpicking in my opinion, and I thought Cottonmouth was done really well. And just when I'm starting to really like that character, they killed him, and I thought that kind of sucked. It didn't need to happen right then and there. I wish they had given us a little bit more. I thought that guy was really strong on the show. But Mike, I know if you want to see Mike's longer take on this, check out youtube.com/Mike McGTV because he will be doing one of these.
Yeah, I'll put up a vlog probably tomorrow at some point. I don't know. I always keep delaying videos these days just because I'm busy with other stuff. But yeah, I give this like an 8.5 or so. Like what you mentioned before, Max, is that like it's not the most clean cut of the shows that they've offered so far, definitely, but that's not saying it's god awful. It's really I really had a good time with this series quite a bit, and a lot of that stuff where it was like, well, why are we focusing so much on Diamondback now? Then I was able to kind of let go of that stuff a little easy because I'm like, well, at least this guy's going full on mega crazy with his performance. I can appreciate that from an acting standpoint, to be like, well, at least this dude's just going for broke. Sure, it's not the villain I really wanted for this, but you know what? I'll take it. The fact that I was able to compare him to something from the Warriors, I mean, yeah, sure, I'll go with that. But he would, and like I said, this show definitely had the most feels in it for me. Not just with regards to any one particular character, but as a whole, it's about rallying around this quote unquote hometown hero, even though he's not from there. It's this mythical neighborhood figure or tall tale that everyone kind of puts their stock and faith in a little bit so than they would Daredevil or one of the other heroes. And I love the moments where he was just doing a hero for hire type of thing, where he was going door to door almost and solving people's problems. I just kind of dug that, and he had a lot of good supporting characters. That's the thing, is like, yeah, Mike Coulter, his acting doesn't bother me with his character so far. I just have accepted kind of that Luke Cage is gonna be very really broad on the emotional range type of character, even though he did have an emotional reaction to Pop's death and stuff like that, and to the procedure and everything like that. I think he did those scenes well, but for me, Luke Cage has never been like, oh, I can't really wait to dig into this character as an actor. He's just this really stoic, tough dude who does good stuff for the community. So he had a good supporting cast, though, that was built around him that really elevated the show. So I'd give it like an 8.5.
Dan?
What did I give it on the written?
9 or 9.5.
Yeah, I really like this one. What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. I would give it a 9. My main point of contention is that Diamondback gets the kind of Iron Man villain of the week kind of ending. We're just like, well, now he's got a super suit, so he has to be beaten. I would have liked it a lot more if he had kind of retained his, like, bushwhacker feel.
Yeah.
And
It was one of those
everybody
things.
around with a gun, but whatever.
It was one of those things I came around to finally getting used to, especially with superhero stuff, is that in the quote-unquote third act, there's going to be a big superhero fight, regardless of whether or not you feel like it should be there or not. So I was like, okay, here we go. Big superhero punch-out.
Well, it's not the punch-out part. It's just the laziness of giving him a super suit so he can stand toe-to-toe, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it gels together a lot, and I'll stand by my 9.
Max?
I give this one a 6. It's the first one that I don't really want to watch like all the way through again right away. It's the first one that I didn't just turn around and watch again all the way through right away. Still good, it's still worth watching. It's definitely a part of this Netflix Marvel universe, so I mean, you gotta check it out. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Actually, I'll give it a 7. It's not a 6, it's a 7. Yeah, the music obviously great. I feel like Misty Knight was a great character, and I don't think they did her enough justice. I thought they definitely could have taken her a little bit farther. Rosario Dawson's obviously in it, and she's amazing, but I thought the part where they go up to the cabin was absolutely batshit crazy and unnecessary. And, it was cool that they were trying to give Rosario Dawson something to prove, like, how smart and how good at her shit she was, but I thought that was really far-fetched. So, there's just a bunch of, batshit crazy stuff that they throw in there that I just don't understand. And so that's I think takes away a lot from the show, but it's still very, very good. And, it's almost worth it, I would say, just for that Method Man fucking of that song.
The other thing that I noticed about the show I forgot to bring up is that the first episode of this show, they went for R. Like, I think it's the first Netflix series to actually use a full fuck in the show. And it actually had boobs, which I don't think they've actually shown boobs. And then it started to, clean itself up as the series progressed. But I just noticed it. Like, they came out with R.
They were very artistically concealed boobs, though. It was like just the right amount of shadow, but enough for a sweet Christmas. So
they crossed the line for one episode, and then they went back to the line that they've been jumping around for the rest of the series, which I just found interesting. But very good show. Definitely check it out. Netflix is doing their thing, and I'm hearing there's a lot of rumors and whispers that we might get to see. While the Defenders won't be a major part of the next Avengers movie, we might get a short 5-minute cameo, is the rumor floating around now, which would be really cool. I mean, Marvel at this point almost can't ignore their Netflix universe, but I don't think seeing Daredevil up there fighting Thanos would make any sense. But, if they showed a quick cameo of him, in his city, just trying to, clean up some of the debris or whatever, that would be really cool. Nice little shout out to the Netflix universe, because Netflix is doing it right, and I cannot wait to see Iron Fist. And the best thing about all of these, unlike the rest of the guys on this, I was always a DC reader, so I don't know a whole lot about these characters, so all of this is fresh to me, and I am eating it up. I love every second that they feed me of this Marvel greatness. Max?
Sorry, go ahead, Max.
Mike or Dan, Misty Knight has the robotic arm. They kind of like her arm was gonna get fucked up. She didn't lose it at the end of this season. I was really hoping they would make her lose the arm, by the end of the season.
They might still, there might, that's why there's season 2s and 3s. They don't want to give away everything just yet, but it was nice foreshadowing, if anything. Here's what I envision the Defenders are going to be doing during Infinity whatever, is that there's going to be one of those big energy holes in the sky, because movies love that shit now. So while the silver screen heroes are up there battling Thanos, and there's a big energy hole in the sky, you're going to see the Defenders down on Earth, stopping a semi-truck from plowing into an orphanage or something, because energy hole in the sky makes everyone freak out. That's what you're going to see the Defenders doing.
It all.
What's that?
The one guy's going to be taping it all and making bootleg, Blu-rays about it.
Yo, I got the incident on tape here.
It might be cool. It might be cool also if Spider-Man was with the Defenders. That would be, I think, really, really cool for the movie to do. If they're like, if Tony Stark is like, all right, Spidey, well, fucking, you're in New York, so go round up the New York troops and fucking do some good out there.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when I saw the Defenders on stage. I'm like, this Spider-Man would look really good with these guys.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you
Misty
could
Knight
add-
is confirmed for the Defenders show, so maybe some of that stuff will happen to her on that.
I hope, man. I can't wait for her to get the fucking Stark Tech arm and fucking see all the cool shit that they want to do with that.
Nice.
Robert Downey Jr. cameo. It's not out of the question. Anyway, anybody have anything else to add to tonight's show?
Spider-Man on
What?
Disney.
Spider-Man on Disney. Oh yeah. No.
The Disney XD show. It's gonna be fucking terrible.
Can they break glass or punch this time?
I doubt it.
He's just like moving boxes around to trap the villains. It's gonna be the entire
Well-
show.
Well, they can like suplex each other, right?
I don't remember. It'll be like Tetris with Spider-Man.
Wolverine movie has a title, Logan. Woo! And it is R-rated because they Instagrammed us the picture of a severed arm.
I've heard a plot detail or rumor. I didn't research it a whole lot. That's why we didn't talk about it on the show. But I heard like whispers of them dealing with Professor X having dementia and like what that would do
I believe that
to the world.
They showed a picture of Xavier in the movie. He looks old. He looks horrifyingly old.
Now,
in
if
this-
Fox
in the
can
movie.
do this right, I think playing around with the fact that Professor X, a man with such a powerful mind, would have dementia could be a very cool, dramatic beat. But we'll see what actually happens with it.
I demand that he foams at the mouth at one point of the film.
Hey man, that's Patrick Stewart. It's he can pull that off.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he's great. I just want him foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie Green Room. I heard he was fucking awesome in that. Though.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good in that.
Yeah, with Anton Yelkin.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched a movie called Teeth today. Whoa, that was something. Dan, have you ever seen
No.
that?
Yes,
No.
I have.
That
Yep.
was a fucking experience, man.
It's
Fuck
pretty
that.
good.
I was
There's
describing
no
the movie to
Christmas in
Liz.
that
She's
movie.
like, "Were you watching porn?" I'm like, "No, surprisingly, there's not a whole lot of nudity in this film except for like eating dicks
Yes, well, Yep.
and dog eating dicks."
No, that needs like a double feature with what was it, Cabin Fever 2?
I haven't seen Cabin Fever.
That was a nasty one, wasn't
Oh,
it?
Cabin Fever 1. Oh,
No,
Fuck that
no,
series,
2,
man.
2 was a whole new level, dude.
worse than the like when he reaches his hand down the girl's pants and he lifts it up and his like entire thing is covered with blood.
Yes.
Oh, I can't imagine it being worse
Think
than
of that, but it's the other way this time.
Dude, you're just asking me to make a Donald Trump joke now because that's definitely not one of those that you want to grab.
Speaking of Donald Trump, tune in to my personal Facebook page later for a message about this election because I'm not going to do it here because I don't want to piss anybody else off on the podcast. But
We're
it's actually a pretty neutral one, so check it out.
we're actually missing the debates right now, which is fine because man, that's gonna
Oh.
be cringy as shit.
You're going to pull it out of me, Mike. Like it's on the verge of me. I've been meaning to do it all day today.
Nah, it's
Do
okay.
it. I don't care.
Save it. Save it. I don't personally
Do
care,
it.
but if you want to save that for just
Ugh, I
a
don't
close
care
circle
either.
of folks.
All I'm gonna say is, look, if you're a Hillary supporter, God bless you, go vote for Hillary. If you're a Trump supporter, God bless you, vote for Trump. If that's who you feel like should lead this country, then God bless you. But I am seeing on my Facebook page a lot of people saying that they don't like either candidate. This is like the chance that we could actually like. You could make a difference in history if everybody who didn't like either candidate actually did something about it. It would be crazy. You could see what would happen. I'm just saying, like, if like who you like. You know, we live in America. If somebody wants to protest by sitting down during the national anthem, God bless you. If you want to do a 9/11 show talking about terrorist attack films, you live in America. That is your right. God bless you. Talk about Die Hard 2. We live in America. Freedom of speech is a thing. Like freedom of choice is a thing. The whole point of this election is to have a voice. If you're a Democrat and you support Hillary, then do that. If you're a Trump supporter, but don't support one or the other if you don't believe in one or the other. Like, sit down, do some research. If everybody who didn't want to vote for either one actually voted for somebody else, you might see a change. I mean, would Hillary or Trump lose? Who knows? But you could actually make an impact that might make somebody stop and think for 2 seconds. Like, there is actual power, and like 90% of my Facebook feed tells me that that's how people want it. They don't want either one. So I'm just saying, vote for who you want to vote for, and if you don't want to, find somebody you do. That's it. That's it. See, it's pretty neutral, right?
And God bless you, Jason.
You're good.
Just saying. Like, seriously, I'm getting really tired of seeing that I don't have a voice on Facebook. It's really starting to piss me
Well,
off.
it's almost over.
Yeah,
It's
I only got a
actually
couple.
got another month.
Oh, shout
Only-
out to
only a couple of
SNL
weeks.
and Alec Baldwin, because, man, you're hitting the sketch out of the park. I loved their debate last week. So much so that I convinced my sister-in-law that it was a real debate until, like, we were 3 minutes into it. And she's like, I don't think this is real. I'm like, actually, some of these things Trump actually said during the debates. It's pretty funny. But, yeah, SNL, you're doing great things so far this year. I love it. But that's the Three Geeks podcast. You can leave your hate messages down below. And we seriously, we love everybody who watches and listens to us. Check out Mike on youtube.com/Mike McGTV. I want to send a shout out to Arc Matter, Domo Batman. Thanks a lot, man. You shout us out on every single one of your shows without missing a beat. We appreciate the support that you send to our channel. Like I said, we are doing our first non-live recording of No Retreat, No Surrender by Jean-Claude Van Damme. This classic Hollywood blockbuster will be discussed in great length by Mike, me, and Max. And this whole thing started off of Dan making a comment on one of Mike's shows about how I should review every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie for our website. And then it turned into a whole thing where Max said, you should do a podcast called Van Damme. What was it called originally?
Man, damn it.
Van Damme It. So I went on, Googled it, and Van Damme It's actually a podcast. There's other people out there podcasting about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Who'd have known? So we
It's
are
not just us.
we are going to start one here, and it's going to be hosted by yours truly. But anyway, anybody else have anything else to plug?
Have we been kicked out of or off of Audible yet?
www.audibletrial.com/3geeks. Go to audible.com because it is not a fire hazard. If you have 3,000 books in your house, that's the fire hazard. If you have 3,000 books on your Kindle, that is just safe. That's a good time, and that's not going to harm anybody. So audible.com. Dan, is there any other reason why people should try Audible?
Because Audible has over 180,000 books that you can download and have somebody read to you.
Are you an insomniac like me?
You're
William
lazy.
Shatner could read to you every night. That'll put you to sleep. Just
Yeah.
lull you to bed.
Lazy insomniac.
Sabotage.
Perfect.
And yeah, see, that's a good natural way to get sleep. Like, you don't want to take drugs and stuff like that. Audible.com gets you on that William Shatner tip.
William Shatner works better than warm milk.
That's right. Also, check out our friends at neverendingradicaldude.com. Mike is a writer for them, does a lot of reviews. They also have a YouTube channel. Jason's doing some really, really funny stuff over there. He just released his first episode of Pokemon Go, Go, Go. Highly recommend checking it out. But from all of us, the Three Geeks podcast, and Philip. Oh, yeah, we didn't do a Philip.
Oh,
Phillip.
dude. Hi, I'm Philip.
Everybody have a great night.
Sports